July 21, 2025. Malcolm Jamal Warner, best known for his role as Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show, has died. He was 54. According to confirmed reports from Costa Rican authorities, Warner was on a family vacation when he drowned while swimming near Cockles Beach in the Limon province. He was pulled from the water, unresponsive, but with a faint pulse. Emergency responders performed CPR on site before rushing him to the nearest hospital. After several attempts to revive him, doctors officially declared him dead upon arrival. The confirmed cause: asphyxia due to drowning. There was no foul play, no external injuries, no drug use involved. Just nature, timing, and a moment that turned a peaceful swim into tragedy. The news has sent shockwaves across the entertainment world. Not just because another celebrity has passed, but because this one mattered in a different way. Malcolm Jamal Warner wasn't in the tabloids. He wasn't chasing the next viral moment. He was part of people's everyday memories, familiar, consistent, and quietly brilliant. For most of the world, Warner will always be Theo Huxtable, the youngest son of the Huxtable family on The Cosby Show, which aired from 1984 to 1992. The sitcom was revolutionary in its time, portraying an educated Black American family with dignity, humor, and warmth. Warner, as Theo, became the face of a relatable young Black teenager on national television, dealing with school, self-image, friendship, and family, all with depth and sincerity. His performance earned him an Emmy nomination at the age of just 16. But even more than awards, his character resonated. People didn't just watch Theo. They saw themselves in him. That connection stayed long after the show ended. After The Cosby Show, Warner didn't vanish. He just evolved, quietly and intentionally. He went on to star in Malcolm and Eddie, a popular late 90s sitcom that ran from 1996 to 2000. Later, he appeared in dramatic roles in Suits, Major Crimes, and The Resident, where he played Dr. A.J. Austin for 5 seasons. Each role showed his range and maturity, the ability to move beyond the image people once knew him by. In interviews, he often spoke about this transition, how hard it can be to break free from a childhood role that defined your public identity. And yet, he managed it with grace. He chose roles that had meaning. He picked projects that aligned with his values. He never chased fame, only purpose. But acting wasn't his only talent. Warner was a skilled musician and poet. In 2015, he won a Grammy Award for Best Traditional R&B Performance alongside Robert Glasper and Layla Hathaway for the song Jesus Children. In 2023, he earned another Grammy nomination for Best Spoken Word Poetry Album for Hiding in Plain View. That same year, he launched a podcast called Not All Hood with co-hosts Wusi Baraka and Candace Kelly. The aim? To explore mental health, masculinity, and identity within the Black community, through real conversations. "It's the most vulnerable I've ever been publicly," he said in an interview. "But it's important. We need these conversations." Even while acknowledging the controversies that later surrounded Bill Cosby, Warner never turned his back on The Cosby Show. He separated the man from the message. "What we built still matters," he said. "It gave people something they'd never seen before. And I'm proud of that." He also kept his private life out of the spotlight. Warner was married, with one daughter. Their names, identities, and daily lives were never part of the headlines, by choice. He once said, "Not everything needs to be for the public. Some parts of me are just for me." That same quiet discipline defined his final moments. He wasn't filming. He wasn't at a public event. He was simply on vacation with loved ones, living a life most wouldn't even know about. Witnesses say Warner was swimming calmly when the tide changed. A strong current developed near the shore, catching him off guard. Lifeguards responded quickly, followed by paramedics from the Costa Rican Red Cross. CPR was performed for several minutes. There was a moment of hope when a weak pulse was detected. He was placed on a stretcher and taken by ambulance to a local hospital. Medical staff tried for nearly 30 more minutes to revive him. But the damage from the lack of oxygen was already done. At 2:46 p.m. local time, Warner was declared dead. The hospital staff later reported that while treating him, they had no idea they were trying to save a global celebrity. He was just a man, in trouble. That's all we saw, one nurse said. And maybe that's the most honest way to remember him. Malcolm Jamal Warner was never just Theo. He was never just a childhood star. He was a full human being, artist, father, husband, advocate. He lived a life with integrity, intention, and privacy. In an age where everything is broadcast and nothing feels sacred, he chose to protect what mattered most. His death isn't a spectacle. It's a loss. A real man drowned. He was pulled from the sea, rushed to a hospital, and declared dead. And in that final timeline, between water and hospital, everything that he was, became part of history. The news is hard to hear. But it reminds us, life doesn't follow scripts. There are no retakes. No rehearsal. Just moments. And sometimes, they end too soon. Malcolm Jamal Warner's legacy won't be found in headlines. It'll be in the way people remember how he made them feel, seen, understood, and represented. He is gone, but his presence will last longer than the roles he played.